One of the 5 pillars of Islam central to Muslim belief, Hajj is the pilgrimage to Mecca that every Muslim must make at least once in their lifetime if they are able. It is the most spiritual event that a Muslim experiences, observing rituals in the most sacred places in the Islamic world. The very first rite of Hajj is to make a pure intention and to enter Ihram, a pilgrim's sacred state, when crossing the outer boundaries of Mecca, called Miqat. Entering Ihram entails wearing plain garments, 2 unstitched pieces of cloth for men, or loose-fitting clothing for women, as well as following certain rules, such as not giving in to anger or engaging in sexual activity. Pilgrims then perform tawaf, which means circling the Kaaba in an anti-clockwise direction 7 times, and sa'i, which refers to running between the Safa and Marwa hills. After that, the pilgrims travel by foot on pilgrim paths or take a bus for the 8 kilometers, 5-mile journey to Mina, a tent city just outside of Mecca. The pilgrims spend the day in Mina, setting out the next morning at dawn. Most of the time in Mina is spent in prayer, supplications, and remembering Allah. The day of Arafat is considered one of the most important days, not just of Hajj, but of the Islamic calendar. After making the 15 kilometers, 9-mile, journey from Mina, pilgrims spend the day at Mount Mercy in reverent prayer. This is known as Wuquf, the act of standing before Allah from noon to sunset. The site is particularly revered as the place where the Prophet Muhammad delivered his last sermon. Around the world, many Muslims choose to fast on this day. Heading to Muzdalifah. After sunset, it is time to move again, this time to Muzdalifah, 11 kilometers, 7-mile trip, where the pilgrims will spend the night under the stars. Many also begin collecting 49 pebbles here for the next day's rites, for which they will depart again just before sunrise. The 10th of Dhul Hijjah is Eid al-Adha, a day celebrated by Muslims around the world as the greater of the 2 Muslim holidays. Leaving Muzdalifah, the pilgrims arrive back in Mina before dawn to perform the first Rami, throwing 7 pebbles at the largest of 3 columns, known as Jamarat al-Aqaba. This act is a symbolic stoning of the devil, based on historical tradition. Muslims believe that God told Ibrahim to sacrifice his son as proof of his faith. It is believed that at this spot in Mina, the devil appeared and tried to dissuade Ibrahim from heeding the command. Ibrahim responded by throwing stones to scare him off. Muslim pilgrims should also sacrifice an animal, known as nar. Either a camel or lamb is suitable, and the meat should be distributed to the needy. Pilgrims can either buy sacrifice coupons/vouchers, which state that the sacrifice has been made on their behalf, or perform their own sacrifice. Upon completion of Rami, the 12th day of Dhul Hijjah, the men shave their heads, hawk, or trim their hair, taxer. Women can trim their hair by the length of a fingertip. After that, the pilgrims can remove their ihram clothes. Many will then proceed to Mecca to perform tawaf and sa'i again. When that has been done, they return to their campsite in Mina, marking the completion of Hajj. Many pilgrims also visit Medina, the second holiest city in Islam, before heading home. Medina is not part of the pilgrimage, but is regarded as the site where Prophet Muhammad is buried along with his closest companions.